see. If you are having trouble hearing me, let me know, please, because I had to turn off the volume. Because last time I did a video, I was talking over myself, and I didn't know how to fix that. I found one other place that the volume was coming through. Let me check on my doing that now. Facebook is on, but it's not. Right, let me see. I have that volume off, so that's good. Let me check on my phone real quick and see if that volume is off, or I know my phone volume is off, but let me see if I can hear it coming through. Let me see where I want to do that at. Maybe on my YouTube channel. Let me see, live. If you can't hear me and you're on Facebook, leave a message in the chat, and I'll make sure that I either turn the volume back on either my laptop or the what is it called? The Streamlabs. Sheesh, it's a problem. Order from one that I ordered last week with more of the hot foiling stuff. They came out. They are allowing us to get their stuff 6 weeks in advance. So I ended up getting more because, you know, I'm just that way. I'm crazy that way. Anyway, one of these times I'm going to show you how to use all these leftover pieces. This is the one I didn't cut. I foiled the butterflies with. There is a way, now you can, or I could even put this on a full card front, and then it would be the butterflies showing through with the silver foil. You don't have to end up with all these extra scraps. You need to find a way to use them, and either cutting smaller pieces to put over smaller dies, or and so you don't want to lose that, because that costs money. Okay, so you want to use all of that you possibly can. Okay, so I got, get it in the right order here. I got stamps. I have not cleaned my desk off. We had the big yard sale again last weekend, and I'm so tired. We were busier than June, and so it just wore us all out. So thank goodness my family is here, you know, comes and helps me with all of this stuff. So I'm very appreciative for them to do that. I'm just trying to put a mask away that I left out. So okay, so let me turn the camera down. So it's called the document camera. See, I'm struggling. I'm struggling because I'm so tired still. So I'm going to change the camera view. Just trying to get some of my mess out of the way here because it's crazy, crazy, crazy. They do have the new ink now for the new black ink pad. So make sure if you ordered the black ink pad that you get the refill for that, because it takes a special ink. So make sure you do that. Okay, I think I have most of the mess cleaned up. I still have my hot foil machine over here, but that's okay. Alright, so don't give up on me. Oh, I wanted to show you too. So June, and I was able to do that, and I ended up with, this is a case that fits my The stamp positioner goes right in it. So the hot foil machine's too big, but the positioner goes in it, so that'll be nice for when I travel. If I travel. Some of this other stuff out of my way. Alright, let me change the camera angle and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I know it's hard to see with the glare on the plastic and stuff. So this is a new embossing folder and it's called Rustic Check. And you can see some of it right there on the camera. There's different sizes of check, and then there's some distressing on the bigger pieces and things. So it's kind of cool, and it is a 3D. It's still just, it's the smaller size, which is 4.5 by 6.25. So it's not the real big ones, but this will be a perfect size for backgrounds. Then I got the frosted pine cone. So frosted pine cones, I don't know why, but I love pine cones. So this I think will be really fun, and it is, let's see, I think, oh, it's just stamp and cut and emboss. So this one, the dies, the stamps, it says joy, may the beauty of the season fill your heart, thinking of you, winter wishes, sending warmth and light your way. And then the pine cones, and then there's masks to go with the pine cones. So you can make these really pretty. I'll try to make some samples and show you what you can do with them. This is one from the last catalog, the current catalog that we're working out of. It's called Sweet Foliage, and this is going to be a nice background. You can do tone on tone, or you can stamp it and color it in on, stamp it, use a green to stamp it with, and then color it in with your markers, stamp it on a white or cream color, or even a green, and then color it in with markers. That'll be fun. I love backgrounds like that. This one is called Flourish Frames, and that set goes with it. So let me see if I can get it back here a little bit. I'll try to take pictures of these two. They're in the catalog. The new, this is the hot foil dies. So that'll be some really pretty things to do. And I've already got some ideas that aren't even using this set. So it's using a different set, but it's foiling it with these. So this would be really cute with the, what is it, a silly old bear paper. And what was the other one I was thinking of? I don't know. I can't remember. But silly old bear would be great with this. And then the bee. I love that bee. So you'll probably see me doing a lot of those. Here's some different backgrounds. There's a stamp. It's called Echoes of Detail. So there's the crackle look, the brick look, and then some flourishes and like wet drippy paint. And then there's the flourish, the brick, and like a oh, what is it called? Linen, a linen look here. So this is the hot foil dies, and these are the stamps that go together. So that'll be fun. I know I'm gonna love doing backgrounds with that. The Swiss Dot hot foil dies, and then the sentiments. I think, did I? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Did I already buy this? Did I already do? I don't think I duplicated because I can't. I'm not allowed to duplicate yet. But this is just the dies. Oh, duh. You have the words. That's the hot foil dies, and then you have the dies that cut out. Okay? And it matches up with that one. So this will be perfect. I love this idea. And you notice I didn't realize they came on the same paper, so I hadn't even opened it yet. So that must be my new one. Because the other one I think is different. Let me look over here, because I think, let me get this other stack out that I was working with last week. Oh, yep, there it is. That's the one I was thinking I had, and I do have it. These are the hot foil dies. this is it puts the words on it, and then you could cut it out with those. So, at least I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. And this one is called Classic Greetings. Yes. Cut it out with that one. And then those are the hot foil dies that puts the words on. Okay. So. That goes there. Okay. So these are the new ones. I had my Cricut machine going last week because of the sale that I had. So I'm going to move the tape out of my way because it's still usable. But I don't want it sticking to my elbow because I don't like that. I don't know about you guys. If you like... Ooh, let's see. I like these. Oh, let's do the frosted pine cones. Can we do that? Because I really like that one. I want to do the hot foil dies. Yeah, they are just regular dies. Wouldn't that be beautiful if it was hot foil? Oh my gosh. I would love that even more. Okay, so we have our stamps. Oh my goodness. Look at how big that thing is. It's my whole hand. It's my whole hand, you guys. It's huge. Okay. I didn't open my masks, so I didn't notice it was the whole thing. So, man, it is hot in this room again. I'm gonna have to get my own personal fan and put in here. Okay, let me see. Oh, I want my Stampin' Positioner. I know I'll need that. Don't think I'll need the little one. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is, I love background stamps anyway. Let me get a piece of paper. I'm just going to start with white, and we can change up what we want from there. Let me cut this down to a card front. I'm going to go 5.5. By 4 1/4, and I'm going to cut a couple of these so you can get 2 of the 5.5 by 4 1/4, which is the whole card, right? If you fold the card in half, that's the size you would get. So I will end up trimming these down a little bit to extra. Okay, so put the card cardstock, if I can get the right word for it here, up against these little pegs on so that I can keep it. And I did buy extra magnets because I didn't feel 2 was enough. I like to feel secure. Okay, before I take this off, I'm going to use the whole thing, and I'm going to put it on my arm, and this is how I condition the stamps. This is how they taught us at Close to My Heart. So this is what I'm going to do. To get some of the oil from my arm onto the stamp, and it clears off that coating that it has that comes on when they cut it. Okay. Okay. It is not sticky now at all. Let me get a little more on this side. Okay. That should be good. Alright. I'm going to take this big stamp off. Look at that. Look at how big that thing is. It's huge. Here. I'm going to go at an angle. Okay. Probably shouldn't, but that's what I'm going to do. This is my first time using this, so we'll see how it turns out at an angle. Pressing that down just so I get it all nice and on there. I'm going to go with a... Did you notice? Did you notice? They told me to take my brace off for a little bit. You can see where I got a tan. And see if we can get you back to using it good. So, I've been doing that today. I had to put it back on for a little bit, but so far I'm okay. I am so glad to be able to start using my hand again, because it was hard to pick things up with those fingers that don't want to work. Stampin' Positioner. I have the stamp inked up and it's going down on my white. I'm going to get the little, I have a little tool here that I use to press that down and keep it nice and firm. Now this is on the positioner, so if I need to restamp it I can, but usually I don't have to, especially using the foam pad ink pads. So, oh, look at that. Look at how pretty that is. That came out perfect. Like really, really, really good. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to set that aside for a second. Now, I have the mask. I've already done that, but I did not. Are any of you guys making Christmas? Lots of people have done Christmas cards in July, and I should have. Okay, so now I'm going to line this up with my image here, and I think, oh, I think that's pretty good right there. That looks pretty good. So, I'm going to take the magnets out. Oh, can I put it? Oh, I can't. Oh, look at that, you guys. Look at that. I didn't know I could use them with that, but I can. I know you can't see it, but it's just leaving that pine up in the top corner. Has a number and a V. And what you need to do is you need to mark on your paper where that V is so that you can line it up easier next time. Because there's 4 and 5. And that gives you all the detail, right? So, I have too many things on my desk here. I'm going to close up this ink pad so I don't get my arm in it. And I think I'm going to do Mossy Meadow. And what else is in there? I'll start with this for now. And we'll see what else I need, okay? So I'm going to do the pecan pie. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to do that with my hand. I need a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to use this one that I used the other day, just to see what color that is. Okay, I think that's the start on the plastic, and I'm just going to roll it around a little bit, and I'm going to go over it lightly as the background of the pine cone. Okay, so you can do it darker if you want. You can add more ink, but I want it light, fairly light anyway. I want to be able to see it, but I don't want it like really dark, because I want to add layers to it. Okay. Alright, so we have some there. Let me get a little bit more right in here. Okay, this is the first time playing with this mask set, so, or the stamp. Well, you saw me open it. Okay, so there's that. Now, if I want to use this same color, I can. Then the next time I go over it, it's going to darken it, okay? So, and then these, you can either wipe them off with a wipe, your chamois. You can run it under water. It rinses off really easy. It's really nice, okay? So, I'm going to put mask number 2 on next. Make sure I don't move. Make sure it's right where put my magnets back on. Okay. Now, I think I am going to use the second layering, okay? Just to get a little more darkness on this when you do these in the same color. Just by adding layers and layers and layers of ink. Okay? Now, Pecan Pie is one of the first ink pads I bought from Stampin' Up! When I switched over in, May of 2024. So, it's July of 2026. I have not re-inked these. I did not buy the re-inkers. So I'm still using the original pad from 2 years ago. That's how good these pads are. Just so you know. Although I don't use it a ton, I do use it. So that's how dark I want that one. Okay. So remember, that was layer 2, mask number 2. Look at the difference. That's just mask number 2. Okay. So mask number 3 is going to go on the same way. I tried very carefully not to move up. Okay, there we go. Putting the magnets back on to hold it down for me. Okay. Just bringing that ink down from the top part there. So it's really nice. Okay. And remember, this is pecan pie. Now, there's a mask here that I can go over with the green, which I will do. And then there's another, this is mask number 3. Okay. This one's a little harder to see because it's just smaller areas. See that? Look at that. It's almost popping right off the page. It is so cool. I love the masking with the blender brush. I think it is so cool. Alright. Now I'm going to go to the Mossy Meadow. I've got to get my green one. Okay. Let me get this one. Right there. This is going to give the pine needle look some dimension and color. I love Mossy Meadow too. Mossy Meadow and Old Olive are probably my favorite green. When I'm working with trees, I love trees. When I'm working with trees and leaves and things like that, if I want a green, it is what it is, okay? So I'm going to close this up because I don't think I need it again. I'm going to keep it handy just in case. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to show you how gorgeous that is. Look at that. I did go a little dark, but that's okay. The next one I can go lighter. Right? Isn't that pretty? Alright, we have one more here. And I think I'm going to go back to the pecan pie because I want to give, and I don't think, I know it shows the green here, but I don't think you're going to see the pecan pie on the green. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Alright, but I think I'm just going to stick with this and show what the difference is when you stick with just the one color of brown. I might be screwing this whole thing up. I don't know. I haven't played with it yet. So this might be a mask where you can do just the two colors and just do, you know, the green and the brown and not have to worry about all the other stuff, all the other masks. But it doesn't come with instructions, so I'm playing with it. I'm doing what I want. Okay. I think that's probably good. Alright, here we go. Are you ready? Oh, that pine cone just pops off that limb. Isn't that cool? And then you have the dies that you can put with it, right? So let me do that. Let me cut that out. I'm going to use this big outline of it here. Alright, now's when my tape comes in handy. I'm going to put some right here. I'm going to put some right here. Then I'm going to run it through my die cutter. Let me get that over here. I'm not going to bring the machine over because you guys know how to die cut, I hope. I think you should by now. I'm just going to run it through on my shelf because I don't want to have to lift my die cutter. It's kind of heavy. And with my arm not doing so great, I gotta make sure I can hold it right where it doesn't hurt me. That's all I need to do is go back to my physical therapist and go, I hurt it again. I was playing with my die cutter. She would just laugh at me. Okay, so there's that. Isn't that gorgeous? Let me see. I think I have a couple of greens over here. Look at that. You could fancy these up by putting some gold foil or silver foil pieces behind it. I have that. The polka dot would be really pretty too. Stick more greenery down in there. You can have it hanging down this way, because that's how my pine cones look on my tree out back. They hang down because they're so heavy. So I guess it depends upon the size of your pine cone. But I don't have giant ones. I don't have the big sugar cones, which are, you know, like 10 or 12 inches long. But I do have some, I don't know, they're probably 5 or 6. Maybe 4. I don't know. They're still big. Okay, so let me see what I can do with that. Let me get... I'm looking through my stamps here to see if I can put something else on there. Stamps and dies, and I might just... It's going to take me a little longer if you're willing to sit with me that long. Off my desk. This can go back on there. So this is the dots, the Swiss Dots foiling panel, foiling die. You can, for foils, you can do that. And I might do that because, I think I will. Because, you know, I don't want to waste that foil. And keep this out just in case I need it. Okay, so let me get this uncovered over here. Alright, I'll have to turn it on. Plug it in and turn it on. I just don't want anything up against it so that I don't want to melt anything. Alright, I'm not going to bring my big... Okay. Let me make sure it's plugged in. It is not plugged in. Stay. I did not say you could fall down. It's not cooperating with me. Where did I go there? Oh, I didn't have my recycle bin in here. At the sale. So, okay. So it's going to take about 6 minutes to heat up. In the process, or in the meantime, I am going to, and I'm just going, the reason I'm going to use this, for one, I want to show you how to do it. Using up your leftover pieces. See this right here? It's the butterflies, right? But look at all that leftover that can be used. And I can use the Swiss Dots on it. And because I'm going to use that big the Swiss Dots over the piece of cardstock. So it will be fine. I want behind the pine cone. So let me see. I don't know. If you're on live with me, tell me what color you think should go between the pine cone and one of the greens, whichever green, the lighter or the darker. I think this is Granny Apple and this is Old Olive. A lot of different colors, so Tell me which one do you think I should use. Should I do a lighter green, or... because I have all colors of green. This is shaded spruce. I could do shaded spruce on it. No, I don't like that. There's Pretty Peacock. There is... what's the other one over here? Oh, wouldn't that be pretty? I think maybe I'll do that. Secret C under that. We'll see. So I did 5 1/2. So this one I'm going to do 5 1/4. And instead of doing 4 1/4, I'm going to do 4. Right? They're around here somewhere. I just want to make sure I'm doing it right. You know, I don't want to damage the thing. Okay. Place, let's see, platform beeps and all lights briefly flash. It did that, okay. And then place approximately 1.5 minutes. Well, it's been 1.5 minutes, so... oh, and press the white timer button. That helps, doesn't it? Okay. I knew I was missing something. Said in about 1.5 minutes, it should beep and let me... Yep, build your sandwich by placing these items in the die, on the die, in this order. Foil shim, hot foil spacer. Okay. And then, stable to prevent foil transfer, place it on the Stampin' Cut Emboss machine and slowly run it through without okay, shiny side down. Foil, shiny side down, cardstock. Okay. Foil, shiny side down, cardstock. And then the shim and the plate. Okay. It seems like it's been more than 1.5 minutes, doesn't it? Well, it does to me. This is not the part that should take 6 minutes. And I didn't look at my watch, so I can't, there we go. Cardstock down. Shim. Plate. Unplug it. Run it through the machine. Last time I did it, so I can grab it. Okay. I was very nervous about picking it up like this because my fingers are all over the back. It is not hot. It is not hot. So, I don't know if that's a fluke or not, but here's the reveal. Ready? Right, here we go. There were butterflies on there hardly. Look at that. You're not even going to notice. And I can probably get another one out of this. Holy cow, you guys. I was thinking I was going to use up that paper. That foil, sorry. Okay, well, there we go. Move these over a little bit so they cool. And don't burn me, because I know those are hot. But the outsides are not hot. it's really nice that where'd it go? The handle or the plug-in where I could find it easy. Okay, so I'm going to set these aside. Alright, now we've got this. We can choose one or the other. Let me see if there's any comments telling YouTube yet, so I'll go back in and look later, but right now I don't have any comments. So this one with this on top, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? I like that, and that's very shimmery, but it's very like, it almost looks like little white dots because it's not enough to really show the shimmer. But you could pop this up, you could add some dyes under it. That's too small. No, I don't think so. I was looking for something I already had cut. But put it right here. Okay. Let me get my paper cutter out. I'll do right there. And I haven't done that yet, but they're like it's a specialty Z fold. So one of these days I'll get back in here and I'll start making a bunch more cards, because I haven't been sewing in a while either, because this hand would not let me do anything. I did some things, don't get me wrong, I did use it, but trying to, use it to sew with that brace on was not good. And then trying to use it to do some card making, or make it work. I have my bone folder right here. I don't know why I was looking down there for it. I know I put it back. I've been really good about putting my bone folder back so I could find it. So, I always try to have a little tray of tools up here that I can use easily, and they're at my fingertips. I love that. So I don't like having to search for them all the time. So here is a foiled background, and then that. I don't like the white. Let me try it with this under it. I don't know that I like that either, though. I don't like the tone on tone. That would work. Okay, I'm going to do that. So this one is going to be, I got to do the 8.5 again. 8.5. Done the fancy folds, but for Nunite I didn't want to do that. I'll make some. I'll get some Christmas cards. I'm getting more. I just ordered more stuff, like I need them. And I don't know. I'm nervous. Anyway, I did order some. I got some fall paper coming, and then trying to use up some of them. Trying to use up my scraps. So I kind of miss having them limited that way. But, okay, so what if I do a little tiny bit of white? And that. Or just that. I think I like just that. I like just that better. And then I can put the white on the inside. This can go on the inside. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals too. So let me get this one stuck down. There's so many things you can do with this, guys. If you have the embossing folders, you can emboss this as well. That go behind something, an image like this, because I think it'll be really cool. I really like that. Let me show you. I'm just going to run it through on this. It's not going to really pop out of there, but it might. We'll see. But I am going to run it through and let you see and then what it looks like, because it's really cool. Let me get the right layers here. It's been a while since I've done some embossing. I've done the heat and the foil, but I haven't really used the rest of my stuff. This is kind of fun. I need to do this more often. Okay, so this is that new Rustic Check 3D thing. And so I have it so that one side's going to pop up, the other side's going to go in. So either way, I think it looks good. You can sand on this. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of the sanding to make it pop a little bit more. Let me do that real quick. So I just like to go and rough it up a little bit. This is on the dark side, right? The two-tone paper. Okay. There's that side. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. I like it a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to do the light side because it's two-tone. One side's going to be darker than the other, but you can still distress it. Either way. You could also go over this with an ink pad. There's so many things you can do with these. Maybe that's what I should do one of these days, is just sit down and show you one embossing folder and how many different ways you can use it. You think you would be interested in that? I don't know if you guys have embossing folders. I have mine from 20 years ago. I love embossing folders. There's so many different ways you can layer this. So you could put something like that and then have this over it. And it just gives it more dimension. That's all it does. And, I mean, I probably won't with the foil on there, but it's really cool. I mean, yeah, I don't like those colors together. But you see, you have the idea. And then this could go over top. And it almost looks like a brick wall behind it. See that? It's so cool. I like that. So, I am going to put this on the inside. I think that's the right size anyway. Perfect. And then I need to stamp. Let me see. Where did it go? Where did my package go? Come out. What did I do with them? Oh, duh. They're laying right here. So, this says, sending warmth and light your way. Winter wishes. Thinking of you. May the beauty of the season fill your heart. I think I'll use that one. I like that. May the beauty of the season fill your heart. That is a block. A clear acrylic block. Okay. I know I already did that, but I'm going to do it again. So now I'm going to get Secret Tea. My hand isn't quite strong enough to do it. I've already done it twice or 3 times. Because I did my exercises already. That sit on there and absorb into that white. May the beauty of the season fill your heart. Okay. Now, if you wanted to shimmer, I don't have any handy with me right now. It's in the drawer over there somewhere. You can take the mask, and there's shimmery, there's satin, there's flat or matte finish. There's all different finishes on those that you can find it and tell you what page it's on. But the texture paste is going to look like snow on, you know, the pine bough. It's going to look like snow as on the pine bough. So it would be really cool to do a shimmery texture paste on that. But I don't have it handy, and I didn't think about it when I pulled this out to do it tonight. So one of these days, I will show you how to use that stuff too, because I have it, I rarely use it, but I do. Of course not. Alright, let me get this even all the way around if I can. There we go. Alright, there's that. There's the front of the card. I'm going to get my dimensionals, and my take your pick tool, wherever it is back in the holder. Thank you very much, Janice. Such a good girl putting things away. Now, you can also put ribbon. You can put twine. There's some new twine coming out. In the fall colors, I believe, if I remember correctly. There's silver, gold. You can buy, I mean, go to Michael's. Go to Hobby Lobby. Go to a yard sale. That's where you get the better prices on things, for sure. I buy all kinds of craft stuff there. I know, I shouldn't be, but I do. And, I mean, it saves you money if you want to do. So, I don't have to put this many. You can put foam tape on you if you want. I have to put this many. You can put foam tape on you if you want. I do that sometimes, too. If you've been on my channel before, you know that I do all kinds of weird things. That's just me. I've been stamping since 1998. This is my oldest grandson. So he's turning 28 this year. I know it's crazy. The other crazy thing is I have 3 great grandbabies. Oh my gosh, they were so cute at the yard sale. They were so funny. They were helping us. They were taking customers back to the backyard because we had stuff in the front yard and in the backyard. And my husband was in the back. We call him Grumpy. The grandkids started that 20-some years ago. So his name is Grumpy around here. Anytime we're trying to catch his attention, it's Grumpy. And so, and he wore it a lot. And so they started calling him Grumpy. So, you know, a few times he's pretended to be grumpy, but he's not grumpy. So. Okay, there's the front. There's the inside. Now, you can... My other dies over here, wherever they're at. I know they're here because I just looked at them. Happy birthday, cheers to you. You know what? I might do that. Let me see. Where did I put my foil? Oh, my foil's in the other thing. Let me see if this will work. Might as well try it. So anyway, back to my story. My little grandkids, they're almost 2 and almost 3, and then 6. Great grandkids, let me clarify that. And so at one point it was and I said, when you're ready to go back, I'll show you how to get to the backyard if you want to see more stuff. And he's like, okay. So he let me know when he was ready, and I asked John, I said, would you like to take the gentleman back to the backyard? And he ignored me. So I said, okay, don't worry about it, I'll take you back there. And John goes, no, I do it. And I'm like, okay, you take him to the back then. He goes outside, points to the back at this point, and he goes, go that way. And so that is not what I was expecting him to do. I thought he was going to take the guy back there, right? The guy cracked up, we cracked up. It was pretty funny. Out of the mouths of babes. Pretty funny there. Okay, so I am looking at my piece of foil here, and I'm going to take this die. I never store them on those white pieces, so I'm going to take this die and make sure that I can get, and I can get the whole thing off of this die. Okay, so this is the die that is going to cut. So it takes a minute to warm up because I unplugged it wherever my page or my package went with that. When you use the dies, I know it's down here somewhere. I'll find it. I'm going to put that right there for now, but it's not like way too big. It's not going to hurt it if it gets on my little shim, but I just don't really want it on my shim. I've never got butterflies on there. Why mess it up, right? So look, there's still stuff I can use on that. Okay, this will be perfect. There it is. Look, I found it. It has the polka dots. Can you see that polka dot? No, but that's okay. I can tell it's in there. Round thing, not just the little stuff that I did. I wanted the dots, but if you want the whole solid piece, like the next time I use this piece here, I'll put it down on top of this, like that. I'll put a piece of cardstock on here. I'll show you when we get this done, as soon as this beeps. And you want to use the back side of the die because it's nice and flat, and it'll get all of that background foil, okay? So I'll keep this out and run that here in a couple minutes when we get this, when it beeps. So I have to remember, foil side down. I need cardstock. Where am I going to... Oh, duh. There's my cardstock. In a little jar handy right here to grab, so... Okay. Right. I could swear it says it was only in a minute and a half, and you know, never had a hot foil machine before, so, and enjoying what I'm doing, so. Okay, foil goes down, shiny side down, then the cardstock, then the shim, and then the plate. I unplug the machine, and I take it over here, slowly through the machine. Okay, let me see what it did. Alright, there's that. Let me move this off. I'm going to put the big plate back on it. I'm going to plug it back in so that I can get it heating up while I'm showing you this stuff. Alright, we got that. I'm just trying to move it over so that it's even. Okay, here we go with this. I'm going to pull this up here. And remember, this is some of my scrap that I used last time. You know what I didn't do? I thought I put the shiny side down wrong, but I didn't. Perfect. Look at that. Perfect. Okay, so let me get that little die while I'm waiting for the next one to heat up. And okay, I put this there, and put this there, and then I have to get my cutting plate. I still have some foiling I can do on that one, but okay. Alright. Now, oh, look at that. Look at how easy those came right out. They all just popped right off. Amazing. Amazing. So there's all the little words. Alright. Then I can decide what I want to put on the front of that card. I think I pressed the button, but I can't remember for sure. That's already cool enough. Okay. Okay. And then I was going to put a piece of cardstock, which I have right here. Now this is white. I'm only using white. Plug it. and then carefully lift it over to my machine. This is the butterfly. This is the full sheet that I've already used twice. So, I have never done this before. It's all new to me. Okay. There's that. Let me take this off and cool it. I can see some right here that didn't take. But we'll use it anyway. I'll come up with something with it. I don't know. I thought it would transfer, but it did not. So what do I have to do? I'll play with it, I'll figure it out, and I'll show you how to use the leftover paper, the leftover foil, like I'm trying to do, but I haven't got it down yet. So I can go onto my team's website, and they'll talk me through some of it too. So I'll figure that out, and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so in the meantime, let me finish the card. I was hoping to be able to show you something else, but we'll see. Okay, so sending bunches of love, sending hugs, here's to another year, happy birthday, just a little hello, just a little hello, may the beauty of the season fill your heart. Okay, I'm so lucky to have you. My heart is with you. Have a lovely happiness. May the beauty of the season fill your heart. What do you think about that? I think I might do that. And just put it right there. Right there. So, or you could even put thank you. What if I do thank you on there? What if I do, oh, I'm pretty sure I have a green in here. Or the secret C. Where's my secret C stash? I cut some little strips. Where'd they go? So I could put this on a piece of secret C. I don't know where my punch is, darn it. I could put, no, that's too short. It is, that's less than a quarter. Let me get that piece out here, right there. Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch. So I want this just a little over a quarter. And then, can you see this? I'm just going to put it right there and trim the edges. I'm going to put it near the end, but you see what I'm doing, right? Just a little tiny bit of color behind it. That'll make that white pop, and the silver. Oh, my big gun. Okay, there we go. Hold that is here. Now, I'm going to put this on here. Try to get it as even as possible, top and bottom. I want to make it even. What was I thinking? Okay. Okay. Just barely past it. Okay. Right like that. And then I'm going to put, okay. My goodness. I gotta make sure I use the right words, huh? Okay. So that the white cord doesn't show, but I don't think it's a big deal. And I'm just gonna put it right there. Now, if you wanted to, I don't know why, I just never use them. So you could put all kinds of gems, sparkler. It looks white to me. Just so you know, I don't know why. It just doesn't shimmer enough. But there's all kinds of, there's some pearls. Now you could use your shimmer brush when I was a demonstrator there, and then Stampin' Up! Also came out with shimmer brushes. This one's Golden Glow, and this one is Barely Blush. Okay, so I'll probably put a little bit of Golden Glow on this, although, yeah, I think I'm going to. Just a little bit, maybe. So these are soft. It says push right here, and that helps you get the liquid out. So I'm just going to squeeze just a little tiny, just a couple of little pumps there. I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm going to just go over a few little pieces, maybe the darker pieces, to make a little shimmer on there. Just because it's going to color the lighter color in there, and I didn't really want to do that, but I just did some of it. So, but I just want it to highlight a little bit, not to go over the whole thing. The camera, but I'm getting just a little tiny bit of, and I'm just gonna kind of do it quickly so I don't take too much time, because I'm already and I don't know if you can see it. I can't really see it now that it's dried. It's barely really have to look close at this, and I don't think the camera's going to pick that up at all. Even if I got up really close, I don't think it's going to pick up the shimmer, right? But what do you think? It says thank you, and then may the beauty of the season fill your heart. And then you always want to sign the back of the card, because you are an artist when you make a card. Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to call it a night, and so I did order the catalogs. If you have opted into all of the communications and stuff, your address came up for me to be able to, Stampin' Up! Won't allow us to access your information if you don't put it out there for us. So, if you want me to send you a catalog, please let me know. I have some extras. I didn't even bring it in with me, did I? Oh, I do have one right here. Whew. Phew. There we go. I'll show you. Here, let me change the camera setting back to the web. In the, I think it's the boxes. Did I just lie? I hope not. Once you get them, once they ship out and people start getting them, I think I can, but right now I don't think I can. So there's a, I think it's a oh, there is a die. Boxes, I don't think, because there's no handle on those. So let me see. I'm not finding it. What page or how much they are. I don't think they're online only either, but let me see, what did I skip over there? It's kind of like, it's like an advent calendar kind of thing, and you just stack the boxes up in a tree form. And or not. I'll go through the catalog and make sure that I have that information correct. Anyway, I'll put this back so that I don't open it in front of you accidentally. Catalogs should be mailed out between the 22nd and the 6th of September, but it might be the 10th. And then you should be able to start ordering September 1st or September 4th. Let me see, what else was it? There are online exclusives. You don't want to lose those. You might as well use them. And you know, get something fun instead of just letting them waste away. So don't on that, but I believe they're good for a year. So it depends upon when you accrued them as to when they will expire. So you'll have to go in. I can't access, opted in for the communications. So next time when I send catalogs, the company can send them all at once, and through my post office, but sometimes they take a while to get out too. So, and I don't know what date I'm going to send those out. I can't send them out quite yet because it's not approved. But probably around. If you aren't on the opt-in list right now, as of 2 days ago when I mailed them, make sure that you let me know so I can get you on my list to mail them out. Okay? Because I have 3 right now. So, if you have any questions, comments, please leave me messages. Like and share these videos. It helps me get more information out to other people who can see them and maybe like what they do, like what I do, and can either order or maybe join my team. So I'm not a high-pressure salesperson. I don't like to sell. I hate to sell. But I do like to share what I love to do, and this is something I love to do. I love making cards and all of that. So I like to share that. I like to be helpful and share with you what I've learned over the last 28 years.